Ben Affleck has finally come out to talk about why he's no longer doing the Batman movie. Obviously, this is all following after the drama surrounding the movies like Batman v Superman and Justice League, where it sounded like he wasn't going to be involved with the movie anymore, and there was a lot of speculation for why he wasn't going to be involved anymore. Some people thought that maybe the studio wasn't happy about everything going on with Ben Affleck and the performance of the Batman in those movies and stuff. There's a lot of speculations about things that it was because of personal things that Ben Affleck was struggling with which obviously a lot of us knew already, that he was dealing with things like alcoholism and divorce and all that type of stuff. So he's been going through a lot. The man has been just having a really rough couple of years, or few years really. So, obviously he's been going through a lot of stuff. So, but now we finally hear from the man himself why he no longer decided to do the Batman movie. Because originally I think he was supposed to be directing the movie as well as starring in it. So he was heavily involved with the movie. I think he was writing the script for it too. Maybe he wasn't directing, but I know that he was at least writing the script, I believe. So he was really involved with that movie, and then it just kind of faded into dust. So he finally gets to talk about that in this article, which we are going to be talking about. Now, I'm a big fan of Ben Affleck. I've enjoyed a lot of his movies. I really enjoyed, like Argo and The Town and Gone Baby Gone. I think he did a great job with all of those movies. And I really enjoy him as an actor too, especially in The Accountant. The Accountant is one of my favorite films, and he did a great job in that. So, I think he's great. I really do like Ben Affleck, and I hope that he can really pick himself up after all of the crazy stuff that he's been struggling with over the past few years. So, in 2016, it seemed like the future was bright for Warner Brothers' The Batman. Ben Affleck, who had just made his debut as an older and warier Caped Crusader in 2016's Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, was set to direct the Batman solo flick from a script he was co-writing with longtime DC Comics stalwart Jeff Johns. But a year later, Affleck would step down from the director's chair. 2 years after that, Affleck left the Batman altogether. At the time, Affleck was dealing with publicly documented struggles, including his divorce from Jennifer Garner and a relapse with alcoholism. The actor and filmmaker stepped out of the limelight in 2017 amid internet chatter over who would take over his biggest comic book role to date. Now, in a candid interview with the New York Times, Affleck opened up about his Batman exit and his personal struggles that led to the departure. So he says, let's see. So I don't think there's anything in this paragraph here. So he says, I drank relatively normally for a long time. What happened was that I started drinking more and more when my marriage was falling apart, Affleck said in the interview, speaking candidly for the first time about his long struggles with alcoholism. This was 2015-2016. My drinking, of course, created more marital problems. Affleck spoke honestly and vulnerably with the New York Times about how his alcoholism relapse affected both his marriage and his work prospects, so much so that he had to stop working altogether in 2017 as a matter of self-preservation. Which, I respect that. I really do respect that, Ben Affleck realized, the stuff that he was struggling with and took time to really try to get that sorted out, and I think that is fantastic, so I wish him all the best with all of that. I really do. So but Affleck knew that if he wanted to survive, he wouldn't be able to do it. I showed somebody the Batman script. They said, I think the script is good. I also think you'll drink yourself to death if you go through what you just went through again. Affleck's self-preservation worked out, and the star has recovered enough to act in movies again with the upcoming Dee Rees thriller, The Last Thing He Wanted, and the sports drama, The Way Back. The Way Back is actually kind of interesting because it's kind of like directly dealing with the theme of alcoholism and stuff. So the latter of which he felt a personal investment in due to his character being a recovering alcoholic. So and now we obviously have Robert Pattinson, that's going to be doing Batman, which I'm personally pretty excited about. I'm really excited to see Matt Reeves' vision for the Batman and have Robert Pattinson doing a Batman. I'm very excited to see what they're going to be bringing for that. I know that is still kind of a controversial thing, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm very hyped for that, and I think that they're going to do a fantastic job. So there it is. It wasn't Warner Brothers kicking Affleck out. It wasn't because of the internet piling on Justice League or because of his back tattoo, and while it is a bit of a loss that we won't see more of Ben Affleck's take on Batman, whose battle-worn persona and resigned wariness was actually one of the bright spots of Batman v Superman and Justice League. It's a relief that he was able to put his own well-being over his work. Now, I really wasn't a big fan of the Batman v Superman movie, but I will say that Ben Affleck as Batman was pretty cool, and some of the stuff that he did in that movie was pretty great. So, you know, I am a little bit sad that we aren't going to probably be seeing any more Ben Affleck Batman anymore ever again, sadly. But, you know, at the same time, you know, I think that he did a good job for what he did, and I think that the future is still bright for Batman with Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson. And I just hope that Ben Affleck personally is able to really recover from all of this that he's been dealing with. Because I know that he's been really dealing with this hard. He's been struggling a lot. He's even said that, like, going through his divorce was, like, one of the worst things that's ever happened to him, that he regrets getting divorced so much. So, you know, he's going through a lot, and I really hope that he can get back on his feet again. Because Ben Affleck, he really is great at what he does in the filmmaking business. So with that being said, let me know in the comments below what you think about this. What do you think about Ben Affleck and him leaving the Batman and stuff? It was more of a personal choice from him, which I think is good. You know, I think that it's good that he took that time away to really focus on healing himself. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Go check out my personal channel as well, Josiah Rises. I would greatly appreciate that. And I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.